Nation, it's JT coming at you with another episode of the Raider Cast, your podcast for everything silver and black. The Las Vegas Review-Journal came out with an article by Adam Hill on November 9th talking about Davante Adams' thoughts on how the offense has been playing so far this season. The title reads, Davante Adams wants the ball. They paid me to come here and make plays. One of the quotes from the article reads, at the end of the day, if we're just going to concede and say, oh, they double-teamed Tay, so it's forcing the ball to him if we throw it to him, then I've got no business being in this building, because that's what teams are going to do. So, if you think that the only way I'm going to get the ball is when I'm singled up, then I'm going to have 4 catches on the year. I think that's a very interesting little tidbit of insight into how Davante Adams is feeling right now. You can imagine he's very frustrated, especially after the Saints game, the Jaguars game. Maybe not so much the Jaguars game because he was actually targeted, but he's had multiple games this season where he's had career lows and not just catches, but targets as well. Against the Saints, he had 5 targets and only 1 catch for like 2 yards. He's had some up and down games, and it's really not him. It's more of how the offense has been playing. And people are like, oh, what about the coaching? This is obviously a coaching issue. Obviously, they're not giving him the right types of balls and stuff like that. They're not really preparing for him to be doubled up. However, he goes on to say this. He goes on to say that I don't put anything on the coaches. I think we've got to do our job. But when I looked at the tape, we had plenty of opportunities. There were plays there. It's really just execution from the players at the end of the day. Everybody's going to try and create some division between the players and coaches just based off different things that are said. But at the end of the day, it's about making adjustments and everybody doing their job. And this just goes to show what I've been saying for a while. This team is a very untalented team. And not only that, but they're not executing. McDaniels and Patrick Graham would call a perfect scheme day. They could have all the plays right, but it doesn't matter if the players themselves are not executing on those plays. People that I know, TDL has said this, that they're watching Patrick Graham make plays, or he's simplifying the scheme. Today I found this thing of charts of like man coverage game by game. Patrick Graham changes it a lot. He changes it based on opponent. So to say that they're not making adjustments, they're not creating a scheme that works, is just not true. It's just we don't have players executing every game. Every game there's always a player that's not executing, or multiple players actually, that are not executing on an important play, and it results in losses. I don't know how you guys feel about this, but this just shows me I'm just proving what I've been saying this whole season right. This coaching staff can only do so much before the players have to step up. We don't have our big pieces. They've either been injured or haven't performed this whole season. There's poor execution on the O-line. There's tons of poor execution on the defense. Patrick Graham making the scheme super simple, and people still not able to complete tackles, still not able to get the sacks that we need. He's generating pressure by blitzing a lot. He's blitzing a ton. He's adding in the linebacker blitz. They did a fire blitz 8 times, and we got no sacks. We cannot generate pressure despite all the efforts from Max Crosby. We cannot cover a damn thing unless it's Rock Yassin. Even then, he gives passes up every so often. Our linebackers are injured, retired, or just dog shit. So at this point, it's just execution. The players are not talented enough to execute. We have a poor roster. I could have told you this offseason. We don't have a roster. We were hoping on a bunch of players making leaps, hoping the additions that we make helps players that weren't maybe playing the best at the end of the season, i.e. Derek Carr. Adding Adams should have made him really, 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 really good, but he's not executing. Derek Carr is not executing on a lot of these plays. He's not fully grasping the system yet. There's definitely pieces of this offense that he's seen, and he's had flashes of playing really well. The first half against Jacksonville, the first half against the Cardinals, the Broncos and Texans game. All these games where he's had good games, but 2 of them we choked away and lost because we didn't execute in the second half. Or in the first half, we've sucked against the Chargers or against the Titans, against not even the Chiefs. The Chiefs, we played really well the first quarter, and then we didn't play well the rest of the game, really. It's just we haven't had the execution. We haven't had a fully executed game perfectly. Even against the Texans, we struggled on offense. It was tied at halftime against the Broncos. Again, we struggled to execute. We struggled to make plays, and then we finally, once we started getting clicking, that's when we won and scored a bunch of points. So again, the main theme I'm trying to talk about here is that the coaching staff can only coach so much. These players are not good. We've missed on a bunch of draft picks. We have depth that's not really there. We thought we brought in some players like Anthony Everett that would actually help the secondary, but really they haven't done anything. And we keep trying, but at this point, we're tanking. As I said yesterday, I'm all aboard the tank. We need to just embrace it at this point. This team needs serious help, needs serious young talent, needs a better free agency, needs a good draft to really be able to compete in the next season. So it all comes down to execution, execution, execution. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. I appreciate you guys so much. Don't forget to comment. Let me know what you guys think about this, little article from the Las Vegas Review Journal. I'll link it down below. It's a free article. You can read it without a subscription, so that's pretty cool. I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, and peace out, Raider Nation.